Here repair Mr. Kalenski's roof. As you can see, damaged area, some of the other damaged shingles on this roof. Have some right down there, some here, there, here, and some of the areas over here you can already see some damaged shingles. So right here, I know that's going to be these three with the damaged shingle. You can see with some of these shingles, some of them, for example, right above this one, you can see the reveal is a little bit lower. I'm guessing that's just from install, whatever. But you can see the seam right there. Same thing with this one, pretty obvious, the seam. It's not as obvious on this one, but you can just see it right there. One seam there, no seam here, no seam here, but there is a seam right there. So I know 1, 2, 3, this is the 3 tab. Put some lines for myself to understand where I'm gonna be at. And now I'm the only one on the roof, so I'll be putting you up on my tripod. Again, 45 degrees today. Really good temperature for repair. For doing everything, especially with the recent cold that we've had. We had a couple cold fronts, but this week has been consistently warm. Today being one of the warmest days, so that's why we're doing the repair today. Just setting my camera up again. I'm only one on the roof, so I gotta kind of come over here and set this up. Starting off, what we're going to be doing with the tools that we're going to be using: standard hammer, pry bar. Only using this to unseal the shingles and take the nails out, just because of how the P-hook is. I can go in, for example, right here on this damaged shingle, I can go in and just scoop the nail out without lifting it too high. This is also super thin in comparison to our roof snake tool, which I'm going to be using to nail the shingles in with the snake side right here. As you can see, it's a lot thicker. You can see just how thick this one is compared to this one. So I'm only going to use this to unseal it because of how thin and sharp it is, and just because of this assistance right here. The same exact purpose that the roof snake is, without having to lift a shingle too high when you nail them in. This is going to allow me to not lift the shingle too high when I'm taking the nails out. Same exact principle, just different tool, a little bit better for the job than the roof snake. Again, a lot thicker, so I don't want to get underneath the shingle with a thick tool and risk lifting it too high or going through it, anything like that. So start out, we're going to unseal these shingles right here. Basically what I'm going to be doing, putting my palm down, fingertips up. That's just going to allow me to go in and just guide across the shingle and unseal it. I'll check underneath for any material transfer, any bondage transfer, we're good to go. The reason why I'm putting my hand on top is these older fragile shingles, no matter what tool you use, whether it be a roof snake, pry bar, whatever, you don't want to risk the chance of going straight through the shingle. So if you go through the shingle, you can damage it. That's why we put the hand over top of it. Fingertips are never on any parts of the top of the shingle, they're always up. If I get too tired and have to put them down, I put them down on the beginning of the top shingle. But again, majority of the time, my hands are up. My fingertips are up. Go. Right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the ones that are going to be popping up. Starting with this one here. Again, we'll go in, same exact procedure. Just be nice and careful with it. And just glide right into the shingle. Good. You can kind of hear that. That's the sealant unbonding from the actual shingle and coming out. So I'm just being very careful when I'm doing it, taking my time. If I get stuck or anything, I readjust. As you can see, I like to shift my tool left and right, using the corners of them to just cut away at the sealant if it gets stuck. But we're good to go here. This one looks like it was halfway already unsealed, probably because of the zipper right here. Like I said, we got a zipper right here where a shingle about halfway is unsealed, a damaged shingle down here, so we got a zipper following up, so half of this shingle was already unsealed, the other half was not. Move up to the top right here, cutting away the sealant. Again, taking my time, being very careful, not rushing or anything. Again, I'm just being efficient with it. The shingle isn't giving me, too much trouble, but I'm still being very careful. Good to go. Oh, actually, I gotta come in. So, underneath now, I'm just gonna make sure that we're still recording here. Again, I'm the only one on the roof. Just gotta double check every once in a while. Just nicked myself a little bit, but it's okay. So, going in now, I'm gonna go ahead and lift this shingle slightly. I just identify where the nail is. Once I see the nail, I'll come in with my tool, and as you can see, a lot of times I can come in. Because of how good this tool is, how far my hand is from the shingle, I don't have to get underneath of here. Most importantly for up here, when I'm taking the nails out of these top shingles, I don't have to dig my hand underneath this shingle here. These are the undamaged sections. Over here it doesn't really matter because it's a damaged shingle, but it's, you still take the precaution of it. Up here is where it really is important. That's why this is the best tool for this job. I can go in, I can use it one-handed. As you can see, that shingle is the nail is protruding out, causing the shingle to pop up. I go in with a 2-on-1 grip on my smooth side of my pry bar here, and I can go in with that P-hook. Like I said, this is why it's a sweet tool. I can go in, hook it, and when I pull it out, the nail is free right here. It's free, I can pull it out just to show you how high that shingle gets lifted. Not high at all, and there's the nail. So that's basically what I do. I'll go ahead and continue now without too much yapping. I appreciate you guys taking the time to review the video. Don't want to make this a 30-minute video, 40-minute video, nothing like that. Again, now when I'm looking underneath the shingles here to see where the nail is, as you can see my fingertips, again, never on the same shingle that I'm working on, always on the one at top or floating. I only put it on the one at the top just in case I don't want to flick the shingle or anything like that. I want to be very careful when I'm doing this repair. Again, older roofs like this, you got to be careful when doing the repairs. Here we go. Protrude it out, go in, and you can see I'm doing it one-handed. Very easy, you can come in and do this one-handed just because you have the right tools. We got 2 nails here. We're gonna go in with the blunt side, 2-on-1, just to slightly push it down, apply some pressure. Pull this one nail out. Pull the second one out. Continuing forward. Good here. Shingle's free, nail is embedded too deep. It's not affecting the repair, so I'm really not gonna bother with it. If I can pull this shingle out, good to go. Top section now, we're gonna need 2 here. This is where the seam is. So right where the seam is, like I said, this is where this comes into play, where the tool matters. I'm far away from the nail where I'm operating. My hand doesn't have to go underneath the shingle at all. I can just stay from afar and just slightly pop that nail out. Again, I'm doing it one-handed just to show that it's possible when you have the right tools and when you're doing everything the right way. Sometimes, like I said, you gotta come in with a 2-on-1 just to apply a little bit of pressure. That causes the nail to protrude out, allowing you to go in and hook it and get it out of there. I try to work efficiently and quick, that way I'm not in there for too long. 2 more nails here. Again, fingertips never on the same shingle that I'm working on. And I'll go in, like I said, smooth side and just slowly push it down. Again, just to get that nail to protrude out so I can go in with my hook and just hook it, allowing me to not have to lift that shingle too high. Continuing forward, last one. Again, we got 2 nails here. What I'll do is I'll free the nail up a little bit, and I'll go to the second one, free that one up a little bit, and come back to the original nail and fully pop it up. Why I'm doing that is I don't want tension on one spot of the shingle, and that causes unnecessary rips. You don't want that to happen. When you have multiple nails, you want to attack them little by little, not one all the way and then the other one. So here we go. I got both of them popping up. We're good to go now. I can come in and just scoop them with my tool. Boom. Very slowly, very carefully. Boom. And now we should be good to go. Put this tool away here. Pull the shingle out. And there we have it. Damaged shingle right there. What we have going on here. Small minor things that I'm seeing so far, but nothing major. We're gonna go ahead and pop the shingle back in for the purpose of the repair. Okay. Good, 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 good. Perfect. So we're set here. Now this is when I go in with my valuable roof snake here. I want to go ahead and just start nailing these nails in. One more check before I start nailing, just to make sure we're still recording. Yes, thank you for your patience as always. I really appreciate it. Try to make these not too long. Appreciate you taking your time. So, roof snake, perfect tool for getting these nails in here without, again, having to lift the shingle too high. I want to go ahead and line it up with the nail line. Start hammering, and I'll pull that tool out. Continuing. I gotta finish that nail. So I go back in with the smooth side here. I complete the nail. As you can see, it gets lifted about yay high. Then you come back in and it gets lifted about yay high. Keeps the shingle nice and low at a low profile. Exactly what we want. So we'll go ahead and continue here. These nails are galvanized, so we're good. Again, being quick with it, setting the nail, applying the nail, and moving on. Good to go. So we do have a rip right here. You know, as you can see, I'm using the right tools. I'm doing the proper repair. But it looks like there's a rip starting to happen. I'll bring you in and show you it after. It's minor, but I'll show you after. It's something that the repair has caused. So we got the seam right here. I got to put 2 nails in here. Again, same thing I was talking about earlier. Do things in steps with taking the nails out. Same exact principle applies when putting them in. Put the 2 nails in first, then come back and finish the nail. Perfect. Continuing on. Go. Okay. This is the last shingle. We have to put a nail in. And I'll bring you in to show you what's going on. Oops. Nail went a little bit higher. Just came right out. So good. Like I said, it has to line it up with the nail line. And then we just final drive it down. Perfect. Now we're complete. I want to bring you in and show you what's going on with the shingles. Again, we noticed a small tear already from the repair. I wanted to show you everything else. Sorry about that, I'm just trying to grab my piece of chalk here. There it is. Okay. So, again, just for reference, original shingle right here, original damaged shingle, and you can see some of the damages that have already occurred from the repair. As you can see, pretty obvious right here, across, already starting to rip, already starting to crease. Right here, similar on both sides, left and right. There's already tension there. Right here, pretty aggressive. Right here we do have a tear. Thought we didn't have a tear, but we do have a tear. So there's a tear right there. Pretty obvious. I'm not going to flex it too much. I'm not going to try to make this worse at all. This is directly from the repair, but you can see there's a tear there. Pretty clear tear. I'm going to put T for tear. Right here, only have damage on one side, and this is where I actually noticed the tear. This is a little more aggressive than the other one, but you can see it's completely torn. It's already going all the way up here, and this tear will follow a pattern all the way across to eventually be a tear all the way into the middle. Eventually, the shingle's going to go. I mean, this is a result, like I said, from the repair itself. With this roof, just having these consistent damages here, it kind of makes sense for this repair to not really be in the favor of the roof. With what we're seeing here now. You know, tears, creases, all that. Shingle right above it, this is perfect. This is exactly what we want right here. Good to go. Nothing at all wrong with this shingle here. Just the thermal cracking that you see on every other shingle here. But that's something that was already there. You know, we have it in the before picture. But this right here, this, especially this, is from the repair. Middle shingle gets a little bit gnarlier on the corners right here. You can see pretty obviously it's already starting to tear and rip. Right here, same exact thing. You know, it's not like over here. We don't see anything on the corners. Right here, corner, right here, near the corner, right here, corner, corner. Same exact thing that's happening here, 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 and here, corners. Where the shingle stops, corner, where the shingle stops, corner, corners right here. I mean, the shingle is just showing that it's pretty fragile. It's trying to hold on as best as it can, but again, when you're doing a proper repair with the proper tools, it's still ripping. We got a tear right here. We got a tear right here. I can't tell if this one's a tear. Nope, no tear here, no tear here. Perfect. I'm not gonna touch that anymore. We can see that a crease is already forming, and if this gets worse enough, just like this is gonna end up being a tear. This is gonna end up being a tear. Same thing goes with this top one right here. I'm flexing it just to show you what's going on with it. But pretty obvious that you can see this repair is not possible. It's a clear fail. We got one shingle that was perfect for us, but one is not enough when you have 6 others that got damaged. And again, this is the same exact thing that's going to happen on the slope when you start repairing things here.